to look at 10 businesses you can start as an immigrant in the UK, in the US, in Australia, Europe, anywhere in the world you find yourself in as an immigrant. So if you're interested in starting a business and you have immigrated from your home country, you want to stay to the very end of this video because I'm going to share with you those businesses that you can start as an immigrant. If you are seeing my face for the first time, my name is Eva Mtali, and you are welcome to the channel. Please let me know where are you watching me from. Say hello in the comments section below, and do share this video to anybody that you know who is currently already relocated to any of the countries outside of the continent or are looking to immigrate to any of those countries in the continent. So number one business you can start as an immigrant is selling African foods. So this is an African foods business. You can start if you are in Europe, if you are in the US, you are in Canada, you are in Australia, because trust me guys, I have lived outside of my country and I know what it means to miss your African food. So you can sell two main types of food. You can decide to sell either cooked food. So for example, I know a lot of people that make things like chapatis, they make samosas, they make a whole lot of African food, fufu and the like, and they sell them to their fellow immigrants. If let's say you are from the Caribbean, you can make your jerk chicken and whatever else is a favorite in your home country, and then you sell it to your fellow immigrants and even to your host country people who are willing to try new palettes. Is it new palettes on your foods, right? And you can also think of selling fresh food. So not exactly like fresh, but uncooked. So a classic example is you can sell like dried traditional vegetables. I know a lot of my friends that sell dried managus from Kenya. They sell dried tereres and stuff like that. So you can liaise with somebody who is in the continent and they can be sending it to you. So one thing that I know, for example, if you are shipping stuff from Kenya, anything made in Kenya, if you ship it to the US because of the AGOA agreement, you do not pay any duty on it. So that is something you may want to consider. I have seen people selling things like Kenya Farmer's Choice sausages. I have seen people shipping fried sardines. In Kenya, they are known as omenas or Kisumu boys, all the way to the US, the UK, Canada, and world over. And they just have like their contact person here on the ground who liaises with them in terms of providing these items. And then the number two business you can start as an immigrant in the US or UK or whatever country you find yourself in is ready to wear African textiles and clothing. So you can sell the textiles themselves. You have seen like this 5-yard or 6-yard African fabrics that come very cheap. I know in Kenya, a whole 6-yard of fabric goes for like $10 US or thereabout. And when you ship it to the outside the continent, you can sell it for a hell lot of money. And guys, by the way, actually all the businesses I'm going to be sharing with you here, I have done all of them. So I'm not just talking of things that I don't know about. And then the beauty of living outside the continent, like let's say if you are in the US or you are in the UK or you find yourself in America, for example, there are so many platforms that are going to be available to you that may not be available when you are in the continent. So a classic example is Etsy.com. So on Etsy.com is a website where you sell handmade products, and there are already a lot of buyers of these handmade products that are willing to buy them. So what you want to do is sign up on these platforms that may not necessarily be available to you when you are in your home country, and then you can list your products there. You can also use platforms such as TikTok. So the beauty with TikTok is that you don't have to pay anything, and then you can sell it through the TikTok shop. So For countries outside of Africa, they have what they call TikTok shops. So if you are watching me from Africa, you might not know this, but there are shops on TikTok. So it is not just a platform where women come and abuse each other, like you have seen the African women doing it here and putting each other down. But in the Western world, people are actually setting up shops on TikTok. There's something called TikTok shop. You're not able to see the app, that section of the app when you are in Kenya, for example, or Nigeria or wherever. But the moment you step out of the continent and put on your TikTok app, you will be able to see all these shops. And trust me, people are making tons of money through TikTok shops, okay? Then the number 3 business idea, if you are somebody who has relocated to any one of these Western countries, you can sell like Muslim, or let me call it like decent wear. So you know, you have things like abayas, we have jalibabs, we have hijabs, any kind of halal dresses for Muslim women are not easy to come by. So for example, I know a lot of my friends, anytime they hear that I'm going to Canada, like, oh, please carry for me 3 dirhams, please carry for me 4 dirhams. So that is a business opportunity right there that you can take advantage of. And again, they go for like $10 in Kenya. I don't know about other countries. That's why I asked you guys, let me know where you're watching me from. But for just $10 US, you can buy very, very beautiful deras with scarves, and then you can go and sell them at a profit. Number 4 business that you can start as an immigrant is selling African hair extensions. We are talking about braids like what I have on. You can sell weaves, you can sell wigs, you can sell hair growth kits and stuff like that. This one is something I actually did around 2012 to 2014. At the time, I was living in Myanmar, but I used to go to Thailand a lot of times. And I can tell you the African women population in Thailand was a lot. And I had a lot of businesses. I had a lot of customers who used to buy my hair products like the Dark and Lovely. I would ship it from Kenya and sell it there. These braids, Kenya has very, very nice extensions, so much better than what you get in the US, UK, wherever. And I used to buy them in bulk. Uko River Road, I'd buy like, I think 20 shillings, and then I would sell them like for $10 a piece. And that was like 10 years ago. I am sure you can make a lot of money. Right now, there are a lot of English teachers from Africa. In Asia, for example, right now, there are a lot of people who are interested in buying wigs and weaves and all this hair stuff in these countries in the Western world. Then the number 5 business idea that I would encourage you, especially as an immigrant, to consider, or somebody who has relocated from the continent, is what I do, YouTube. And I know some of you are gonna be like, oh, Eva, you know, I am so camera shy. What am I gonna talk about? Talk about your relocation journey. And the best part about it right now is that the ones who have discovered that they can make money sharing their experiences, their wins, their challenges, are actually doing it. And I am so impressed that it is no longer business as usual. When people move abroad, people are actually, oh guys, sorry, I forgot to put my microphone. Give me 1 minute. The quality is better with the microphone. So, and please let me know if you can hear me. Please let me know if you can hear me once I put the microphone on. My apologies. Commercial break, please like the video if you haven't, as I fix my microphone. I just realized the quality is so much better. If you haven't liked the video, please do us a favor and like the video. Please like the video. 7 of you watching me and you won't even like the video? Really? Okay, let me know if you can hear me. Can you guys hear me? Please let me know if you can hear me. Comment there if you can hear me. Please let me know in the comment section if you can hear me. I don't want to start talking. David, can you hear me? Please let me know. Can you guys hear me? Please, somebody comment before I start. Oh, great, thank you. Anyway, guys, so I was talking about where had we reached? Oh, YouTube, right? So I was saying right now, it's not like in the olden days where people just used to hide and, lie about how they're moved abroad and stuff like that. You can actually make money sharing your journey. And I always tell people the easiest content to create. Sorry, I have to charge the thing as I'm talking. So the easiest content to create is content whereby you are documenting your life. Let me just hold it. Yeah, just document what is happening. And know there's a difference between documenting and creating. Creating is hard, but documenting is so much easier because you don't have to do anything extra from what you are already doing. So a good place to start if you want the content creation business is to start by documenting your journey moving from the continent to whatever country you find yourself. And the beauty about this is that it helps for you. It's a way of you giving back to the community because you are helping other people that might also want to relocate by sharing your journey with them. So a classic example is what I do on this channel. Every time I, let's say, applied for a visa and it was successful, I would come and talk about the process that I used to apply for that visa. Something else, for example, I do anytime I find people who are willing to share their relocation journeys, I bring them right here on the channel. Oh, so much echo. I don't know what I need to do. Okay. Is it better now? I think it's because I was holding it. Let me know if it's better. What was I saying? Is it better now? Let me know. Is it better? Somebody said there's too much echo. Anyway, so I was talking about digital content creation is a business you can start. And the beauty with doing digital content creation, basically what I do like YouTube, TikTok. Oh, it was better without? Oh my. Whereabouts now? It's good now. Oh, great. Thank you. Thank you, Armstrong. Thank you, Catherine. Great light. Magezi, thank you so much for the feedback. So I was saying when it comes to content creation, so the other advantage that you are going to have when you are doing content creation, like in the US, in Canada, UK, Europe, Australia, is that you are going to have the advantage of a higher CPM. CPM is cost per mil. This is how much, for example, YouTube pays content creators. So for example, you will find that you, who is, let's say, if you are in Canada and I am in Kenya, we both shoot the same video, you're gonna be paid so much more than I will be paid just by virtue of you being in that country. In the Western world. Something else, for example, right now for me, I am on TikTok. By the way, if you haven't followed me, shameless plug. I am on TikTok. We have a huge, huge community on TikTok. I think we are now almost 160,000 on TikTok. But guess what? I barely create content on TikTok, but there's a lot of people that follow me there. The engagement is so much. If I went live on TikTok, there'll be like 1,000 people who come to listen to me. But you know what? We don't get paid by TikTok. Like, there's no money that TikTok pays you unless somebody decides to send you a rose or a lion or whatever, but TikTok does not pay you because you are in Africa. If I went live and I was in the US or I was in the UK or I was in Australia or Norway or whatever other European country, and I went live or I created content on TikTok, TikTok would pay me. So guys, the moment you relocate from Africa, don't just be satisfied. And those who are wondering, Eva, we haven't even moved. Why I created this video? Those who have been following me long enough, you know by now that my friend started a recruitment agency and she is taking people to do factory jobs in Europe. She hasn't started any white collar jobs yet, but she is focusing right now on factory jobs. And she's been focusing mostly on Lithuania, Serbia, Portugal, Hungary, what's the other country? There's about 6 countries. And like for Lithuania, I know there's a bunch of guys who already got their contracts. I even shared on a community post here. You guys can go and check out the contract. And they are going to the embassy next week to pick their visas. And guys, I cannot keep calm. I am so happy for my friend. And she is even launching her recruitment company right here in Kenya on the 11th of July. And I will be there for all of it. I will bring you along live from here on the channel. You do not want to miss out. But why am I sharing this story? Because you may go to Lithuania. By the way, Lithuania is a country in Europe. You may go to Poland, you may go to Hungary, and you're going to be paid your 2,000 euros net of tax a month. You're going to be working 8 hours. Your family, you probably have left them here in Kenya or in Canada or in North Canada, in Uganda or in South Africa. So what are you going to do with the 16 hours after you finish your shift at the factory, for example? You have a whole 16 hours. You can't sleep those 16 hours. So instead of loitering around, maybe you could think of starting a business. And that's why I am doing this video. Okay? So guys, let us not be narrow-minded. When you move to Europe, when you move to the UK, US, Australia, Canada, take advantage of those opportunities that you may not have heard if you had stayed back home. Maximize those opportunities fully. And it doesn't mean that everybody who goes to Europe must be an employee. You can be an employer. You can be an entrepreneur. And that's why I am doing this video, so that you guys open your minds. So that I've talked about, you can create oh, you guys are welcome for the launch. You are very welcome. If you're interested, somebody is saying invite us. If you want to come for the launch, please send me an email to ivamtali@gmail.com, ivamtali@gmail.com. And please only come to my inbox if you're serious. I remember the other time I told you guys I was going to have my birthday weekend in Namanga. I was having a party there. And I said, if you want to come, please inbox me. And some of you inboxed me. I made arrangements and then you didn't show up. So only come to my inbox if you are serious. Okay? If you're not serious, stay on the channel. Okay? Stay here and wait for me to come and broadcast live. I'll be doing live July 11. We're going to be at Nairobi, one of the biggest 5-star hotels here. And I am actually the media presser for the event. So you guys can be sure I'm going to bring you along for every bit of that launch. So if you want to come, please send me a message on ivamtali@gmail.com and make sure the header you say launch. Okay, if you don't put launch, I won't read your message. Let's move on. So guys, do not waste the opportunity. I said you can, so things you can talk about is you can talk about your journey, how you moved, and you can see I'm actually going to, when my friend launches her company and people start going, I'm going to be interviewing those people. You'll see them, hear them on the channel. We're going to go to Europe and visit them at their workplaces. So you guys, it's going to be big. This 2024, tumesema ni mwaka wa kufosi. We are not playing games, yeah? So that is something you can consider. Start a YouTube channel, start a TikTok channel, share your journey. It does no harm for you to share your journey, especially if you're going to be making money out of it. Why not? And you're going to be changing people's lives. Another business you can start as an immigrant, somebody who has relocated from the continent, you can start a recruitment agency. Duh. That's what I've told you. My friend, she actually lives in the UK, and she started her recruitment agency, and I am so proud of her. And the beauty with starting your own recruitment agency is that you already know the challenges we face back home, and also you are on the ground in whatever country you're starting a recruitment agency in. So you're gonna, because the main problem that a lot of people face with recruitment agents is being scammed. And guys, please, 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 I'm telling you, do not start a recruitment agency if you know you want to scam people. For the sake of all that is holy, do not start that agency to scam people. Because let me tell you, I am yet to see one scam recruitment agent who leads a happy life. Because a lot of the people that come to agents, they are people that are very desperate. Like they are at the very core of, like they're between a rock and a hard place. Some of them literally sell all that they have. They literally empty their coffers. And then you, with your big head, you decide you want to con them and you think you're gonna get away with it. Let me tell you, there are some things, you know that God for Kitambo who used to, they say that used to wink and pretend is not, that God no longer exists. Squeeze it, malipo, pap, 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 tukisonganga. So don't even, I'm warning you, if you know you are going to be conning people, people are literally taking loans, and you know you're a con person, ata usijaribu. Don't even use this video as an idea. They have told you to start a recruitment agency. Do not start a recruitment agency to con people. Hautaenda mbali. I'm telling you, you will not go far. Okay? Nimesema na nimesonga. Another business idea you can start as a relocatee or an immigrant is one for doing hair. So here we are talking about you can do hair. You can be like a salonist. Do hair like this. So this one here in Kenya cost me like $10 to do. And I went like to a very high-end place. It cost me $10 to do this hair in Kenya. Wait until you cross the seas and then you go and do worse than this. You're gonna pay like 10 times more for something worse than this. So if you can do hair, shikilia, you can start a business for doing people's hair, especially African hair. That is something you can start. If you know how to shave, you know, the shaving men, like the barbers, that is another business that is very lucrative, huko maju. So that is something you can consider. Another business opportunity as an immigrant that you can take advantage of is selling organic skincare that caters to African skin types. So you may have heard of cases like black soap. People sell black soap. They sell, what's this other? There's this oil from Western Africa. I've forgotten the name. Somebody remind me. Oh yeah, somebody saying $200. Yeah. Somebody remind me, what's the name of this? It smells really good. It's like for skin, especially for kids who have eczema. A lot of them use that. There's I've forgotten what they call that skin oil or lotion or whatever. It's mostly from West Africa. I've forgotten the name. Somebody please remind me in the comment. You know what I'm talking about. A lot of it comes from a seed, or is it a plant? But it's very, very common. A lot of, like if your kid has eczema, they encourage you to use that. Okay, there's an oil, I've forgotten the name. Somebody can remember. That is something that I know a lot of African women that do it. You can sell, not castor oil. There's another one. It's not aloe. It's solid-ish, not coconut. You
guys, there's this, what's the name? Yes, shea butter. Thank you, Django. Yes, shea butter. For example, yes, shea butter. So that is something that you can consider doing that as your business. Or also if you can make your own organic, so basically organic type of skincare products. That can be like, so even like the aloe vera, if you can do for people their aloe vera skin, whatever, you can do that. And then something else, you can also sell like, hair growth stuff, So like me, for example, I will tell you, you can see my hair is cutting right here. I will tell you for free. If I got somebody who sells something for hair growth that will actually grow my hair, this part, I will buy it. And the beauty with the Maisha Maju, they understand that organic products don't come cheap. So it's not like here in Kenya where somebody will ask you, why are you selling shea butter for $30 when I can buy ng'ombe for 10 shillings? Those are not questions you're going to be facing when you are in the Western world. So those are, you can consider skincare products for African skin types. And then another business opportunity you can take part in as an immigrant is starting a shipping company. But now your focus will be mostly on buying stuff, on people who want, like fellow immigrants who want to buy stuff from those countries and ship them back to Africa. I actually have 2 friends that are in that business. So we have Kentex Cargo, and then there is Savo Stores. I have used both of them. And the beauty with that is they consolidate all their products. So by the time they come here, you don't have to worry about duty. And they charge like $15 a kg, and they ship your product right to Kenya, sometimes up to your doorstep. So that is a business that you can consider, because the advantage is that you have your fellow immigrants there who want to ship to Kenya. So you can have your contact in Kenya with the office, get an office in Kenya, and then have your people back home shipping stuff back to the continent. So that is a very lucrative business. I personally use it. So what I actually use the shipping companies for, when I buy stuff from China, I don't give them my Kenyan address for 2 main reasons. Number one, the Chinese are very funny people, Asians generally. So, oh yes, Kevin. Yes, you can, Kentex is good. Greg is an amazing person, yeah? So by the way, guys, just for the record, no, I will not talk about Kevin. I was almost, but I won't talk about him. So what was I saying? So one thing about the Asian people generally, if they learn that they are shipping a particular item to Africa, for the same price, you will find that the quality is lower for those shipments to Africa. So I learned that a long time ago. So for the same price, an address in the US, in the UK, Australia gets a better quality item than you who is having an address in Africa. That's number one. Number two is shipping. KRA is ridiculous. You will pay. You guys remember the last time when I forgot, I lost my phone. This specific phone, you can see how old it is. I lost this, I forgot it at an airport in Argentina. And then the Argentinian police were kind enough to ship it to me via DHL. Guys, I paid almost 30,000 Kenya shillings duty for this phone in this state. 30,000 on my used phone that was broken. I tried to tell them this is my phone. I even opened for them the videos that I had taken when I was leaving JKIA. When I arrived in Argentina, I showed them these are the videos I took. You can literally see me leaving JKIA, but they would not listen. They charged me 30,000 Kenya shillings for this phone. In this state, you can see it's literally broken. I paid 30,000 for it. So those are the two reasons why when I want to buy something from China, I am not shipping it to Kenya directly. So I ship it to either Kentex or Savo stores in the US. So they think because the Kentex and Savo guys will give you a US address. So I ship it there so I get a better quality item for the same price. And then those Kentex and Savo guys bring it to my doorstep in Kenya, and they charge me $15 a kg only. Okay? So that is something you can consider. You can help your fellow immigrants to ship stuff back home. And then the other business opportunity you can start as an immigrant is starting a restaurant or a canteen that deals in native foods, our African foods, our Caribbean food. So you can have like a proper setup for a canteen or a restaurant. I know a lady in Germany who does that. She is so big. In Germany, she sells African foods on, they call them like on these restaurants that have wheels. I don't know what they call them. Like, she has restaurants that have wheels, and she is so big in Germany. She does an amazing job selling that stuff. So the difference with the other one we talked about, selling African foods, is that you don't have to cook them yourself. But this other one, you're going to be cooking this food. But you can also do like on a catering basis. So like instead of like having your own restaurant, now that's the first case I was talking about, where you ship the samosas and the chapatis and all that. You can do that as a catering business. And then the other business, yes, food truck. Thank you, Kevin. Yeah, food truck. The lady in Germany has food trucks, and she sells only African. Actually, she specializes in Kenyan foods. And then another business you can start as an immigrant is importing stuff from China, and you're selling it in Europe, selling it in the US, selling it in Canada, Australia, wherever. As I've said, you have better quality when they see that the shipping address is in the Western countries, and you can use a method called drop shipping. So you will import your stuff from China via DHL, so you can have like a platform such as Shopify, or you can use the TikTok shops I was talking about, or you can use Etsy or whatever other platforms that are available to you. You can use Facebook. You can have your customers on WhatsApp, anywhere you have your customers. So what happens is that you get from the manufacturers, they're going to give you catalogs that they allow you to post. And then if somebody buys a product from you, you simply order the item from the manufacturer in China. And instead of them shipping to you, they ship it straight to your customer. That is something, again, I have done, and it's a very lucrative business, and that was way back before COVID. Now with TikTok shops, the sky is the limit for you. So all you guys who are outside of the continent, if you are in these Western countries, take advantage of these platforms before they close them. I hear they want to shut down TikTok in the US. You want to make your money before they shut it down. So you can actually get your TikTok shop, stock it with these products from the catalog. You don't have to buy any of the product. You're simply having the catalogs. When somebody buys a product, you order from China, and it used to take me 3 days via DHL, and they ship the item to your customer. And then how do you make money? If, let's say, you're buying from the Chinese guy for $20, you sell it to your customer at $40, so you're going to make $20 without having any inventory. That is what we call drop shipping. I have done it, and you can make so much money. Just find the trending products, the moving products, make use of TikTok. Don't just watch people swinging yash, dancing videos on TikTok. You can actually make money on TikTok. Last but not least, I touched on this a little bit, but Etsy. Yeah? So with Etsy, the beauty with it, okay, so in the past, you could open an Etsy shop from anywhere around the world. But most recently, I just learned that you can no longer open an Etsy shop when you are in Kenya. I personally have an Etsy shop, and because I opened it a long time ago, before they banned it. But in other parts of the world, you can start an Etsy shop. And what you do basically, as I've said, Etsy is a platform for handmade products, where we have people who love handmade products come and buy them, and sellers of handmade products come and sell them. It's a huge platform. Personally, on the platform, I sell African curio. So I sell jewelry, African, like the Maasai products, waist beads. I have actually an entire shop that is just for waist beads. That's all I sell on that shop. I also sell like Maasai sandals. I sell Maasai kikois. I sell everything that is handmade from Kenya. And like I've said, the advantage that I have, why my biggest market is the US, is because I don't have to pay duty when I ship stuff to the US. Anything that is made in Kenya, shipping it to the US, zero duty. So that means my customer can buy an item. I actually also sell kiondo baskets, and those are very cheap. Like, for example, if you go to, this market is called what, Kariako in Nairobi, you buy a very beautiful kiondo for like $5. On the platform, they are going for $70 US. And then you can ship it via DHL. So if your customer buys your kiondo today, which is a Saturday, by Wednesday, they'll be having the item in the US. So guys, those are the businesses you can start as an immigrant. And I have done all of them except doing hair, because I don't know how to do hair. But believe you me, if I could, I would have done it. So all these are businesses I have done. Some I still continue to do, and I have made money. So I am talking from a point of experience, okay? Now, let me read your comments, and then I'm gonna let you guys go and sleep. So we have David saying, keep up the good work, thank you. Anne is saying we can, I think she was responding that she can hear me. Dad and kids is saying, yes, I think all these guys were saying they can hear me. Thank you, Magezi. Great light, thank you so much. Great Light is saying invite us to that launch as well. Let's support our own. Yes, you guys are welcome. If you want to come for the launch, please send me a message on ibamtali@gmail.com. ibamtali@gmail.com. Please make sure you put the subject as launch so that my assistant does not delete your email. Make sure you put the subject very clearly. James is saying, good evening. I need to know how can I get office in the AM in Johannesburg, Pretoria. James, I don't understand what your question is. I am sorry. Catherine is saying, Eva, I'm interested in moving for that opportunity in Europe. Catherine, I already said, if you want for me to share with you my friend's Facebook page, again, I wish I could just post it here, but the reason I'm not doing it here, I actually said, if you guys want that information, you have to pay $10. And the reason I was doing that, number one, my friend doesn't come cheap. So for example, I think the cheapest country you'll have to, okay, the cheapest fee she's charging is almost 3,900 euro. Somewhere you pay up to 5,000, maybe 5,500 euro. So I don't want to waste your time. I don't want to waste my time. So I said, if you want that information, you'll have to give me $10. And the main reason I'm charging $10 is just to keep the dusties away. And also, if you can't raise $10 for information, then you probably can't raise 5,800 euros. So just to know who is serious, I just don't want to waste my time. I don't want to just going to stalk my friend and frustrate her and ask her maternity level questions. You will have to pay. So if you're interested, you'll have to send me a message on ibamtali cvservices@gmail.com. ibamtali cvservices@gmail.com. I will tell you how to pay the $10, and then I will share with you my friend's Facebook page so that you can learn about her. However, my friend is someone who is not new on this channel. I have actually interviewed her here on the channel. So if you have been on the channel long enough, you can actually go and trace her by yourself. So if you want to do the heavy lifting, you can go and look for her by yourself. If you need me to send you to her, then you will have to pay $10. Again, I'm just keeping the dusties away, and I just want to make sure that it's only serious people who are going to be filling her inbox. I want people who are going to be trolling her, and if you must troll her, at least you will have paid for trolling her. I'm just protecting my friend from, I don't want to send her people to go and bother her. That's all I'm trying to say. So the only way I can know he's serious is when you're willing to put the money. If you cannot raise $10, you are not her target clientele, okay? I hope that is clear. So reach out to me, Catherine, if you're ready to pay. ibamtali@gmail.com. And I've said I'm only charging because I want to keep the dusties away, and it's the only way I'm going to know that you're the target market. If you cannot pay 10 US dollars, if $10 for information is painful for you, then there's no way you're going to pay upwards of 5,500 euros for a factory job, the target clientele, okay? James is saying, I need to do business in the whatever, do business, guys. I always say you need to have multiple streams of income. You cannot rely on one because we no longer have anything called job security. Every person is dispensable. No one is indispensable. You guys saw it with the tech industry layoffs, all the way from Google to Amazon to Facebook to Instagram, software developers, the people we always imagine had the most job security are losing their jobs. So you cannot afford to have one stream of income. One is too close to zero, guys. Get yourself a second stream of income. Okay, guys? One is too close to zero. Anne is saying, thank you, Eva, for the news. I have to be there. You are welcome. Kevin is saying, well, $200 in a salon here is, oh yes. So guys, Kevin has reminded me of something, a business opportunity I almost forgot. So there's one thing about us Africans, which I have never ever understood. The moment we leave our countries, suddenly we forget our mother tongue. You will not find any household for a Kenyan where the kids can speak even Kiswahili. Most of them, the kids cannot even speak Kiswahili. They cannot even speak their own mother tongue, which is such a shame. And we think that it is a source of pride that you cannot speak your mother tongue. Let me break it down for you. It is not a source of pride. And if you want to know why, go and look at, if in your country, if you have access to Mzungus in your country, like those who are expatriates, for example, or those even who live in our country, go and check them out. All the Mzungus who immigrate to Kenya, all the Indians who immigrate to Kenya, I'll talk about Kenya because within the first 3 months, their agenda of business is to learn the language. Have you ever asked yourself why? But an African, the moment they step into Europe, into US, into Canada, Australia, their first agenda of business is to dump their mother tongue and start twanging. You guys, don't you see that as some level of, what do I use? I'm trying to be politically correct. There's clearly one of us who doesn't know what they're doing, and I can tell you for free, it's not the Muzungu. We are here dumping our mother tongue when the Mzungus are paying to learn our mother tongue. Something is broken. So where is the business opportunity? You who has just landed into that country, before you forget that mother tongue, you can make a business teaching it. You can teach Kiswahili. I have personally taught Kiswahili. I have taught the Luo to Mzungus abroad. And I am a very good teacher, and there is money to be made. So when you are thinking of moving to that other country, take advantage. I always tell people, when you move to a new country, or when you want to start anything, start where you are with what you have. You're already fluent in Kiswahili. You are fluent in Chichewa. You are fluent in Luganda. You are fluent in Xhosa. Why do you want to waste it away when there's a whole generation right there in Europe that cannot even say hello in their mother tongue because they think it's cool? Let me break it down to you. It is not cool. It is actually slavery. Look at the Indians. All the Indians I know, even the ones who are in Kenya, those who are born in Kenya, they all have the Indian accent. Look at all of them. Look at all the Mzungus who live in Kenya, or even in your own country, whatever country you're watching before. Go and look at all the Mzungu children, even those who are born in Kenya, they all have the Mzungu accent. But as Kenyans, as Africans, you go to these countries and you think it is cool to lose your accent. And there's always this notion that, oh, you know, if I don't lose my accent, they will not understand me. Rubbish. I have lived in the US and I don't have an accent. I did not die. I have gone to Canada. I have so many friends in Canada. None of them has an accent. They are not dead. So cut us some slack, guys. What am I trying to say? There is an opportunity. Okay? That's another business you can take advantage of. Go and remove those cobwebs from people's brains and teach them your languages, okay? And you can say, oh, you're not interested. No, go and challenge them. Go and show them this part of the video. Show them this clip. And tell them, you know what Ibam Charlie was saying? Oh, she said people need to teach your kids their local language. They need to it's slavery. Go and tell them I said so. If you keep saying it all over and over and over, they will be embarrassed and they will come to you to teach their children. What other comment have I read? Yes, Kevin is saying $200 in a salon here is cheap. Yes, guys, there's money to be made in Bituzam Kono, eh? And Ngima is saying castor. Oh, no, this is when I was asking the name of the oil. Jungle is saying, by DA, I have a passport and good conduct. What else should I have in hand? Guys, if you want to ask me a question, please ask the full question. Like now, what else should I have in hand? For what? I don't know what you want to do, Jungle Gami. Can you do the food trucking business before taking some courses in the USA? So those of you who watched, there's a video I did when I was in New York, and I showed you guys the trucking business. I don't know about the regulation behind it, but one thing I know is that in the US, every food business is regulated. Whether you're a food truck, you're a kiosk, or you are the Marriott, everybody is regulated. And one thing I love about the US is that the regulation is the same. So guys, you should go back and watch my New York video. So the New York video actually showed you the restaurant. Okay, it wasn't a restaurant, it was like a canteen run by some Iranian guy. And he had an A+ rating. So the same standard they give like a Marriott for an A+. So if you get a Marriott with an A+ and you get a kiosk with an A+, it means the standards are the same. But the beauty of that food truck is that the food was really amazing. Guys, if you ever find yourself in New York, don't even go to those restaurants. They're expensive for nothing. Go and eat the street food in New York. It is amazing. Most of those, actually all the street food that I ate, all the food trucks were run by immigrants. There were other Pakistanis or Iranians. And the food was juicy and amazing. It was really good food. So I'm not sure, maybe I need to ask, the next time I'm in New York, I have a friend, somebody I got very used to, he does a truck business, the Iranian guy. I'll probably talk to him and ask him what are the requirements. Actually, maybe I need to do that. So the next time I'm in New York, guys, please remind me. I'm gonna ask the truck guy what are the regulatory requirements to run. Maybe, I don't even know why I didn't remember to ask that. Or if there's anybody watching this video and you have that information, please help our brother Edward. Kevin said, smart move. I don't remember what I was talking about. Sorry, guys. I know I have a problem. I get distracted very easily. So that's why I usually avoid the comments section when I'm talking, because I get distracted. So by the time now I come back, I can't remember what somebody was commenting on that. It's all right. Christine is saying, Hulo Iva, as Canada refusals are overwhelming, what do you have to say, please? So guys, when it comes to visas, the position is the same. Why has your visa been denied? That's a question you need to ask yourself. Why has my visa been denied? Because remember, when you apply for a non-immigrant visa, the only question you need to answer is this. What evidence do I have that I have no intention of illegally migrating to that country? What evidence do I have? Because remember, you are considered a potential illegal immigrant, and the onus is on you to prove that you have no interest in staying there. And I give a classic example. You find somebody who says they want to go to Canada, they're going to visit their friend for 4 months. Even if I was the visa officer, I will not give you a visa, because you're going to be away from your home, from your job, from your family, from your kids for 4 months. How now? And you're not a remote worker. That means you won't even miss, if being away from your spouse, from your kids, from your friends, from your job for 4 months doesn't break anything in you, either physically or emotionally, you're clearly a potential immigrant. And an illegal one for that matter. I will not give you that visa. I will not give you that visa. It means you're an idler. What are you going to be doing in somebody's house for 4 months if you're not going to be trying to make money under the table? What are you doing in somebody's house? Here in Kenya, I don't know who stays in anybody's house for more than 4 hours. I personally don't go to people's houses. And here you want to go, here in Kenya, I don't go to people's houses in Kenya. But suddenly, now I'm going to be comfortable in somebody's house in the US, Canada for 4 months. Hello, how idle can you be? Those are the signs of idleness they're looking for. Another case is whereby somebody has never been interested in vacations. They have never been interested in travel since they were born. You're probably my age of 45. You have never gone even to Namanga. Namanga is literally $10 from Nairobi. You have never gone even to Namanga. You have never gone to Kampala. You have never even gone to South Africa. Kenyans don't need visas to go to South Africa. But suddenly, you have this urge to be a tourist in Canada. Who are you trying to lie to? Who are you lying to? Other than yourself. And I know some of you will come to me in the comment section and they will say, oh, I had never gone anywhere. I don't have a passport. And I was granted my visa the first time to the US. Honey, you are the exception to the rule. So don't even come to the comment section. You know the ones we are talking about. You are an exception to the rule. So the point is, be realistic. Another case, somebody has no job, they have no business, they have nothing. And they go to the visa, they apply for a visa, and what excuse they have? Oh, my friend is sponsoring my trip to the US to go and attend her daughter's birthday, her daughter's, I don't know, baptism. Excuse me, you don't have a job, you don't have a business, you're not in school, but the best way your friend can support you is to send you a ticket to go for their child's baptism. Even in your own country, you don't even go to church. Your own country, you don't attend baptisms. But now suddenly, you want to go and attend your friend's child's baptism. Hello. So my advice for you, before you start crying that the embassies are denying you visas, ask yourself, why is your visa being denied? 99.9% of the reasons your visas are denied are valid reasons. So what are you going to need to go and do? Go and fix yourself. If it is lack of ties, go and get the ties. If it is economic ties, go and look for the money. I keep telling you guys, if you don't have money, no one is interested in you. If you don't have brains, it's two things. It's either you have money to go and spend in that country, or you have the brains to go and deliver in terms of labor, and not just any labor that is in shortage. So are you like a software engineer? Are you a data scientist? Are you a nurse? Are you in an industry that has a shortage in those countries? If you do not have skills in those places where they have shortages, I'm sorry to break it down for you, they are not interested in you. So please ask yourself, before you apply for that visa, what precautions have you put in place to make sure that you are not considered a potential illegal immigrant? If you cannot convince the visa officer, you will continue getting denied and denied until Jesus comes back. Something else I always say, we have so many programs, so many. Canada is just one out of 195 countries. I keep saying, stop this tunnel vision, where it is Canada, Canada from the year 2000, Canada, 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 Canada. Green card comes and goes, Canada. Finland, vocational training comes and goes, Canada. J1 visas for teachers comes, Canada. My friend with the recruitment company comes and this to Lithuania, Canada. The other day I was talking about Germany, for example, and the rest of Europe. I was talking about how with 11,000 euros only, you can actually move to any one of this, like Europe, like Germany. You can go there, get your free university education, and then if you don't want to get university education, you can go for they call them Uzbendung, whereby you train to be a nurse and they pay you like 1,500 euros as you train to be a nurse. But you have to take some basic, at least German language to B1 level. And I showed you the rates, like Goethe Institute here in Kenya for 100,000 Kenya shillings, you can get your German to B1 level. So the options are many. It's just that you guys are focused. It is Canada or nothing else. I have shared opportunities here about cruise ship jobs. Just the other day, you guys remember, I was actually on a live, and one of you, my viewers, applied for a job at one of the cruise, even not a cruise ship, a yacht, Ritz-Carlton yacht. That guy is a chef. He's a sous chef on Ritz-Carlton. And he is being paid $13,000. Not even the Kenyan president earns that money. And this money is tax-free. And he works on a yacht, and he does not have to pay rent, he does not pay food, does not pay utility, does not pay anything. And he goes home with $13,000 every month, clean. This is somebody I wrote his CV for. You are still there struggling to go to Canada. What am I trying to say? Canada is just one out of 194 countries. Open your eyes. Immigration laws keep changing day and night. Just recently, everybody was going to the UK as a CNA. 2 months ago, you cannot move with your family as a CNA. Immigration laws change day and night. A week ago, we saw a whole group, more than 50 Nigerian students facing deportation because they could not pay their fees. That is where the world has come to. Things are changing, you have to adapt. Okay? That is the only message I can say. You have to adapt. Zensi is saying hi, Kevin is saying lol, have pride. Would you advise one to try to migrate to Europe as Canada? Oh yes, that's exactly what I'm saying, Christine. There are 100, and guys, I even said, if all those other countries are not working for you, look within the continent. I've done a whole video about the continent. I personally, I work in Somalia, and I get paid in British pounds. Don't you think I'm better than somebody who lives in the UK? Because I get paid in British pounds. I live in Kenya. So I spend my money in Kenya. The same amount of, because my company is a UK company, but I'm based in Mogadishu. So somebody in my position gets paid the same amount of money, but they have to spend that money in London. For my house, I stay in a 2-bedroom house, huge, in a very upmarket neighborhood in Nairobi. And my rent, let me calculate how much my rent is in US dollars. for a nice 2-bedroom house. It's an old colonial house, but it's very, very beautiful. Upmarket Nairobi, very, very nice house. I have 2 balconies. I have, like, it's a huge house. Let me show you how much I pay. 600. Let me calculate my rent in USD. $451. That's how much I paid for a nice 2-bedroom house. Fresh water. We've never had water shortage even one day. I just read about them in newspapers and Facebook and all these places. And you guys, I showed you the house I was staying at in Canada. It was 1 room, shared bathroom, shared toilet, shared kitchen, shared washing machine, shared everything. 1 room. And it was going for 800 Canadian dollars. So guys, if all those things are not working, look around the continent. And I've done a whole video about it. Go and check. Here in Africa, Mzungus are leaving Europe to come and work in Africa. Africans are leaving Africa to go and work in Europe. So yes, Christine, try other countries. If other countries are not working, come back to the continent. There's a lot of opportunities. Kevin is saying basic things to start a food truck or any businesses. You're going to need a food handler permit, a business license, carry insurance, but nobody here cares about your education. Yes, absolutely, that's true. And there's also a lot of SBA business loans in the US. For example, I have written business plans for a lot of businesses in the US. I have written grant proposals for a lot of businesses in the US. I used to be very big on when Odesk, before they changed to Upwork, I was a huge freelancer on Odesk. You can even, I got a lot of interviews from Odesk back in the day. Now they call themselves Upwork. I used to handle very, very big accounts for US businesses, and there was a lot of what they call SBA loans. There's a lot of grants from the government. So that's the beauty of these countries. And yeah, you should take advantage of them. And then Kevin is saying, thanks, Kevin, for the info. Yes. Kevin is asking, my address for the launch, ivamtali@gmail.com. ivamtali@gmail.com. ivamtali@gmail. The only challenge I have today, I'm using my, okay, let me even type it here. I have my laptop. Let me just type those email addresses. Christine is saying, thank you so much, Eva. It's well said. Oh, you're welcome, my love. Oh, guys, I forgot to wish you a happy month. Happy new month. Can you believe it, guys? We are already in month 6, guys. It was just the other day we're starting New Year's. Oh, my God. Oh, so I can use my laptop as a ring light. I was wondering, how come I've suddenly become so clear? So let me just type my email address. So guys, remember there are 2. If you want to come, if you want my friend's contacts, is a different email. Recruitment agent contact, recruitment agent contact, you send to Ivamtali CV services. So I'll tell you how to pay at gmail.com. And then launch, if you want to come for the launch, you say ivamtali@gmail.com. Head subject, put launch. Subject, put launch. Launch. I hope this is, let me pin this one. So guys, if you're gonna be watching this video after the live, just go to the comment section and then swipe to the left. Okay, guys? And happy new month, guys. I'm so excited. My apologies. Usually we make sure we have a video at the start of the month and also at the end of the month. My apologies. It was a very, very busy week for me. You guys must have noticed I never posted even one video the whole week. I was working on some deadlines. And I hope things go well. You guys pray for me, something really, really big that I'm trusting the process for. And that's why you have not seen me online the whole week. I literally did not post any video the whole of last week. So my apologies, but I am excited. Today we are back on the 1st of June. I wish you guys nothing but the best. May all your dreams come true. And if you haven't noticed, these days I am sharing with you some affirmations every day on the community tab. Please go and read them, claim them. Those things work, by the way. They work. I personally use them. So they work, those affirmations work. Please go and check the community tab. And guys, something before I keep forgetting. So there's one person who is a member on my channel, has been a member for the longest time. The only challenge I have, I do not know how to check on YouTube who is a member on the platform. So dear member, wherever you are, thank you so much for supporting the channel with your membership. I don't know who you are. I wish I knew. I don't know how to check. If anybody knows how to check a membership on the channel, unfortunately, I don't know how. So I really don't know how to thank you. But whoever you are, may your cup never run dry. You motivate me. You are one of the reasons why I keep creating content, why I always try to up my game. You guys, you can see right now, we even bought microphones. Our game is on another level. You guys, you can check out the videos. Quality have improved so much. And it's because of people who support the channel with their membership. So if anybody has always been thinking of ways to support the channel, you can consider being a member. And to my dear member, thank you so much, whoever you are. I appreciate you from the bottom of my heart. Guys, bye. I think I have covered everything I needed to cover today. Thank you so much for sticking around, and I cannot wait to hear about all your businesses once you relocate. Thank you, guys. I will see you on the next one. Bye. I don't know where to, I never know where to switch off this thing without touching the camera, but